There are only 3 games left in the MLS Next Pro season, and on this fabulous Friday afternoon, we find ourselves at Swope Soccer Village to see Sporting Kansas City host white-hot Vancouver in a match that will help decide who gets a top 4 spot in the West. The path to one of those home playoff games takes Vancouver on the road for their last 3 matches of the season. Today's contest in Kansas City is an absolute must-win before they face the Town FC and Real Monarchs, both on the final match week. But don't let these standings fool you. Sporting have turned a new page after 5 games under interim coach and club legend Ike Opara. And we will shortly be getting a look at what their starting lineup looks like today, coming off a win and a shootout win over their last 2 matches. There are 6 changes, though, for Sporting Kansas City from that shootout win on the road against North Texas. It was a short week that involved some travel, so they have some rotation in the starting lineup. Jacob Molinero comes back into goal for his 12th start of the season. Chelo Desantret and Blaine Maybe form the base of midfield, with Johan Ortiz coming back in the number 10 spot. Meji Alexandre partners up top with Maloon Gumbale. And here are the visitors, decked in white, Vancouver, and their starting lineup. Under head coach Ricardo Clark, a front 3 of Coupland, Pierre, and Cyprien Cachuele. Pierre, of course, is the headliner with his 13 goals this season, but it's been Cachuele who has caught fire as of late. He scored 2 goals and had an assist in their win against the Town FC last time out. Yuma Tsuji is the lone change in midfield, and he comes in for Mark O'Neill, who is a defender, so that made a switch from a back 3 to a back 4, with Tsuji joining the midfield, and you'll see Liam McKenzie playing as the number 10 ahead of he and Jackson Castro, who takes the captain's armband from O'Neill, who is now signed to the first team roster of Vancouver. Well, Ike Opara and Ricardo Clark went to war countless times in their MLS careers. They met 3 times in the Western Conference playoffs. But now they are uplifting the next generation here in MLS Next Pro. They face off for the first time as head coaches, as we begin for Sporting Kansas City 2 and Vancouver Whitecaps 2 in this critical match heading down the stretch in the Western Conference here in MLS Next Pro. My name is Parker Johnson. Happy to be here with you on this beautiful Friday evening. 80 degrees at kickoff in Kansas City, and just a lovely night for some soccer. Thank you for joining us worldwide on the MLS Next Pro live stream here on YouTube ahead of a big weekend, match week 28. And as I said at the beginning, Sporting Kansas City have really turned a new page. They've been the protagonists in their first 5 matches again under Ike Opara, the interim head coach who took over from Istvan Urbani. And although they've already been eliminated from the playoffs, he said they're really living in the moment right now, enjoying these last few matches. And with so much uncertainty about what next year may hold for both Opara and the players, they're really just relishing in the opportunity to potentially ruin a couple team seasons. That could be the case for Vancouver, because what do they need? 3 points in this one. They're on a 4-game win streak. They'll be feeling good about their chances against Sporting Kansas City. But given their last 2 fixtures, this one holds some extra importance. They have to play the Town FC on the road in their penultimate match, and the Town have not lost a game at home all season. On the final day, they play Real Monarchs, who are currently the 4th seed in the West. Vancouver comes into this match in 5th, and that may well be a play-in game for that 4th seed. As the ball swung in by Coupland, Cachuele needed an extra second to control. That allowed the light blue jerseys of Sporting Kansas City to get in front of him. Johan Ortiz starts the break in the opposite direction as Shane Donovan holds it up. Donovan, a versatile player, one who can take up a number of positions, but he's been used as a right wing back for the most part under Iko Para. Just 3 wins all season. One of those did come against Vancouver, though. The first and only other time these teams met this season. It was a 3-2 win as Ortiz fires in a shot. And the first save of the match for Max Anchor. Anchor just came back from spending most of the season on loan. He was with Pacific FC in the Canadian Premier Division. And he makes his 40th appearance today. Had a penalty save against the Town. And that match was still hanging in the balance that proved critical. Cachuele sees it run out of play, and Watland taking the throw in quickly, looking for Alexandra. Well defended by Dylan Velios. He moves into the center back position. He typically plays on the right side of the back 3 when they use that. He can play right back, center back. But without Mark O'Neill, he's been the captain. He started nearly every game for Vancouver Whitecaps. It's a little bit of a different look at the back. Coupland coming back to defend, draws the foul, and a free kick coming out for Sporting Kansas City 2. So it's Velios and Pelayo who will take this free kick as the center backs this evening. Midfield pivot of Jackson Castro and Yuma Tsuji to provide a little protection in front of that back 4. And they'll have a very attacking right back in Nikola Djordjevic. Tsuji on the turn, trying to find a forward pass and intercepted by Sporting Kansas City. Pressing high and trying to catch Vancouver at the back. Ortiz, turning shot from Gumbale. Anchor with his second save in the early going. As the home side on the front foot. Pressing well, forcing that high turnover. Now it's Alexandra on the turn. Meggie has tallied a team leading 8 goals on the season. Did not start the last match against North Texas, just a bit of necessary rotation. Shots coming in early from Sporting Kansas City, and now the other way, it's Vancouver into the box, getting touches. Cachuele on the overlap, Djordjevic. Watland defends, Djordjevic. Corner coming up for Vancouver Whitecaps 2. They are the 3rd highest scoring team in MLS Next Pro. Most goals scored in the Western Conference. They do it with just 43% average possession. Set pieces are a big part of the play, although O'Neill, who's not in the lineup, is typically their best header of the ball. Coupland over the corner kick. Near post ball, flicked away by Tessantre. Coach Opara said that one of his primary goals when he took over was to defend set pieces better. They did it on the corner, but now to defend the live ball as McKenzie held back by Natty Clark. Has Djordjevic for help. Watland breaking away. Coupland does the defending. There's some contact, but play continues for Sporting Kansas City. Maybe 1-2. Timely step from Russo. Swung in by Donovan. Alexandra trying to meet it at the back post and just couldn't get there in time. It's put into a very dangerous area. That is the right idea for sure. Take a look at the strike partnership. And has done all the damage this year for the most part for Sporting Kansas City. They've only scored 26 goals this season in their 25 matches, a mark that is lowest in the West. And their team total almost matched by the top two scorers of Vancouver, Nelson Pierre and Ryan Alumi. Alumi, as Sporting Kansas City can be grateful for, now with the first team of Vancouver Whitecaps. And the day after signing his first team contract last week, he came in their rout of Philadelphia and scored off the bench. An incredible moment, 18th birthday. But you can see in the numbers just how much he's impacted the second team this season. It's been a key part of everything they've done offensively, so having to find a way to play without them. But just as he comes out of the team, they bring in Liam McKenzie, number 97, who's pressing alongside Nelson Pierre here. And he's a player who, before their last match against the Town, his last appearance was in MLS, but it was back in March. He's a first-team player who was dealing with some injuries. He came up through Whitecaps 2, played 20 matches last season in Next Pro. Here comes Maybe. This is a nice build for Sporting Kansas City. Edge of the box to Santret. Donovan on the outside. Another great service. Touched away by Vancouver. Cachuele has spotted a man on the far side, but well read by Hal Uteritz. Both teams trading blows in the first 10 minutes. Played through for Wantlands, but it's well read by Velios, getting there ahead of the Sporting left wing back. Already though, Sporting Kansas City racking up 4 shots, putting 3 on target. Just 1 for the visitors, but they've had some dangerous situations that they just haven't quite gotten a shot off. Wantland spotting Gumbale running through. Last touched by Whitecaps FC. It's been the wingbacks for Sporting Kansas City. Donovan on the right, Wantland on the left, who are creating the best chances for the strike partnership of Gumbale and Alexandra. Donovan and Ortiz, the 2 options at the corner flag. The former walks over and leaves it for the latter. Ortiz, free header. Was that a handball? It's right near his body. That was Adrian Pelayo. And Sporting Kansas City may have felt like they were denied a penalty kick there. But hard to see exactly from our angle, and now we get another look. It's close, and if it does strike the hand there outside the frame of the body, they'd have a case. But the way that Sporting Kansas City have started this match, only a matter of time before some more chances come their way. They scored on a corner kick in the last match to equalize against North Texas on the road. Ended up winning that one on penalty kicks. Djordjevic trying to play Pierre in behind. Russo with space to advance. Cachuele coming off the left. Has the combination with Castro, and his feet went from underneath him. They water this pitch very well here at Children's Mercy Victory Fields. We get to see it as the countdown to kickoff takes place in front of our eyes here. And it allows them to play some slick football, but at times the visitors are not quite used to it. Seen it in a few of Sporting's home matches, and that is a poor giveaway from Djordjevic. Gumbale's onto it, he's dragged down. And the referee goes straight to his pocket to issue a yellow card to Dalen Velios.
In the 14th minute.
No, I don't want to take that away, but they'll let us play out for the first.
It's an easy call for the referee, wrapping up Gumbale after the giveaway from Djordjevic. Ortiz has some quality on these type of set pieces. It's well within his range. They've got a tall wall in the form of Cachuele and Pierre in front of it, and Anchor. Plenty of quality in goal. Johan Ortiz examines his options. He clips it in behind. Watland was unable to keep that ball in play. You could see the idea forming for him to play it back across and try to find a teammate. Thought Ortiz may have been in range for a shot himself. Get a couple of other scores from around MLS Next Pro. Toronto fighting for a playoff spot in the East. New England, what a great season they're having. Cleveland trying to chase down the long ball. Covered on the far side by McKenzie. Castro changing the pace as he does so well. Tsuji out to Coupland with a step over and a flick through for McKenzie. Lobbed away by the back line. Russo onto it. Whitecaps trying to keep that possession rolling, keep the momentum, stay on the front foot. This portion of the match is presented by Central Bank, the official checking account partner of Sporting Kansas City and the official jersey front partner of SKC2. Cachuele forcing Clark to play it in behind. Out for a corner. And after absorbing some pressure from Sporting Kansas City, Vancouver getting back on the ball, pushing back themselves as this game ebbs and flows in the first quarter of an hour. Can take nothing for granted in this fixture. The last time they played a 3-2 match in which Vancouver was up 2-0 at halftime, and they gave up 3 goals in a 14-minute span in the second half to throw away that lead. Jackson Castro, set piece maestro, gives it off to Coupland. Lureau with a simple header out. Djordjevic with a few men lingering at the back post from that corner. Strong challenge from Watland, one-on-one with Djordjevic, one of the best dribblers on the Vancouver roster. By the numbers, averages more successful dribbles per match than any other defender in MLS Next Pro. But Watland stood him up on that occasion and wins his team the ball back for Ortiz to bring it the other way. Combining with Donovan, outside to in. Now it's maybe. Donovan continues into the box and stabbed away by Pelayo. Slick passing though from Sporting Kansas City. Iko Para will love what he's seeing. Maybe. Worth the hit. Anchor not too bothered by that one. Santret sliding it away. Successful interception gives him the opportunity to stride forward into space. Gumbale back on his right. Takes the touch. Perhaps trying to knock it through the legs of Pelayo. Once again, he is the last man and he's successful in the 1v1 contest. Calmly done by Jacob Molinero. United States under-19 international Molinero. One of a handful of players from both sides who got some action during the international break. Of course, Vancouver Whitecaps, well represented in the Canadian youth development system. It's the Frenchman Loureau on the ball. Already 7 shots from Sporting Kansas City. Still one lone effort from Vancouver, but that sells them a bit short in terms of the opportunities they've created. Alexandra can't keep it alive for Watland on the backside. Really, you want number 90 in the middle rather than serving that ball in. See if they can set up the press here. Laid out very slickly by Vancouver. Sporting Kansas City, as they will on their final 2 matches, trying to play spoiler here to a Vancouver team coming in 5th place. They're battling for trying to snag that number 4 seed. Castro to the backside. Donovan heads it behind. Just 2 matches left, but they have to play them both on that final match week. They play midweek away to the town. They play away to Real Monarchs on decision day. Those 2 will be very, very tough fixtures, and compounding that is that Wednesday match against the town is the same day as the Canadian Championship final, which could require some reinforcements for the first team. Castro goes back post with the corner. Gumbale defending diligently. Takes a touch off of the Sporting striker. And it's out behind for another corner from the opposite side. They will enlist Coupland for the in-swinger with his left.
Switch on! Yeah, Joe, see both. Yep, you're fine.
Coupland serves. Brought out Molinero, and either he or a defender got some kind of touch on it. So Vancouver able to mount more pressure here with their 4th corner kick of the match as we approach the halfway point in the first half.
Let's get out of there.
Castro goes back post again. This time he does have teammates there. Djordjevic, some steam on his far post shot. Donovan with the run out. Vancouver chasing back. It's Coupland. Donovan goes to ground inside the box, and what an effort from Antoine Coupland to recover defensively. The game stretched. Cachuele is in. Cachuele deflected behind. I think that's a save for Molinaro. Such a dangerous sequence. Iko Parra told me before the match that they had to be careful. It was Coupland who had to be careful there, but his team needing to acknowledge that Vancouver likes to play on the break, and one of the most dangerous parts of the match can be getting countered on the counter, he said. It's exactly what happened there. And it's resulted in yet another corner for the away side. Castro again. Molinaro spills. Gumbale was alert as the back post defender to touch that away off the goal line. This portion of the match is presented by Children's Mercy Kansas City, the official healthcare partner of Sporting Kansas City.
Let's go, let's go. Good ball, good ball.
Luro able to break the lines. Ortiz's pass left a bit more to be desired. Touch by Ortiz, but just look at that last play that went up the sideline. How many times has Antoine Coupland been the man tracking back into that left back spot? Have to admire the hustle and the fitness of the winger, but it's given away by Vancouver. Maybe's had a couple chances to square up a shot right at anchor, and his finishing a little bit lacking. Plenty of power behind it. But he would expect to do better from there. Maybe just one goal in the season. It came from the penalty spot. A tally that put them ahead in the second half against Real Monarchs right here. Castro curls it in. Luro defends. Again, it's Castro. Pierre let it go through. Coupland may have been offside. Djordjevic to Russo, tapped across, McKenzie! Great sequence from Whitecaps FC2. By the skin of their teeth, Sporting Kansas City get away. Offside against Gumbale. Edgy tried to play him in. There's some dissent amongst the crowd, but our official on the far side had the best look at that one. Pelayo certainly tried to play Gumbale offside, and he was able to earn the call with a well-timed step. Double team on Cachuele, as it must be done. Striker in fine form. You can take the sample from any number of games. 2 goals, 1 assist in his last game. If you go back a little further, he's got 4 goals, 2 assists in their 4-game win streak. So McKenzie knocks it off the defender. And if you consider the last 8 matches, Cachuele has 5 goals and 3 assists in just 500 minutes of play. That's a goal or an assist every 63 minutes. So we're halfway to 1, if you want to look at it that way in this match. Castro. Another service goes begging. But Sporting Kansas City really have defended pretty well, given the amount of pressure placed on them by Vancouver. Coupland's out wide. Dicing on Uteritz. Now Uteritz stepping in to win that second challenge. Very good defending. Decided to hold off on the first one when Coupland was going at him. Sensed the right time to step in. It gives this counter-attacking opportunity for Sporting Kansas City. Ortiz had the near post picked out, and Anger was stuck to the spot, but was able to watch it go wide as we get another look.
Good job, Sporting. Keep it up. Keep it up.
This has been where some of the trouble's been for Whitecaps FC 2. They've given the ball away from goal kicks a couple of times, and they will take it long on this occasion. Sporting Kansas City conceded from an opponent's goal kick against North Texas, the only goal they conceded in regulation that match. Iko Para described it to me as unacceptable, and you would expect nothing less from the former star center back for this very Sporting Kansas City club at the MLS level. Two-time Defender of the Year. Gumbale cutting it back, and he had Ortiz there. He also had Wantland if he played it to the back post. The whistle goes belatedly. I believe the referee indicating that the ball had gone out of play before Gumbale tried to set it back, but it's not taken from inside the 6, so not exactly sure on that whistle. This portion of the match is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield Kansas City, the official healthcare insurance partner of Sporting Kansas City. Tsuji sending it high across the pitch. We have a whistle for a foul on the ground as they battled for possession over on the far side. A pulsating match through 31 minutes. The scoreline may not show it, but I think it's indicative of the improvement of both of these teams throughout the course of the season, especially when you think back to their first game, that 3-2 chaos fest. These are both teams that have really emphasized solidifying themselves defensively. And even talking to Iko Para about how many goals tend to occur in Whitecaps FC matches, he said he didn't want it to go that way this time. And both teams down the stretch have really improved on their team defending, their individual defending. They've found some consistency in their lineups, and it is shown in this match because there have been countless opportunities that were canceled away at the last moment. So glad that you all have joined us on this Friday evening from Kansas City. Imagine a handful of you sneaking this in at the end of the work week We see you, we appreciate you, and we are here to keep the Friday vibes going. It's a foul in transition. I think Sporting Kansas City a little lucky to escape a caution there. There was a tug on Cachuele's jersey. One of the only ways to stop him at this point. The 20-year-old out of Tanzania, a player who was not able to get a run of games earlier on in the season. He dealt with some passport issues at the very start of the campaign. Then he went off to play with Tanzania, the under-20 national team at the African Cup of Nations. They went 0-4, an unfortunate slate of results. They lost every single game 1-0, and then he came back and got injured to add to the misery. But then he finally got in the team and has found his footing. 2 sensational finishes against the Town FC, plus an assist laid on to Coupland's. Still awaiting his big moment here. He's been marshaled very well by Leroux and Co. in the back. There was a collision off the ball. Both bodies left on the ground, and Sporting Kansas City's transition halted by Ryan Homick as he checks on the safety of the players here. That is something he has to do, as the contact was near the head area of the Vancouver player. You can understand the frustration from Sporting Kansas City, but that play does have to be stopped there. Take another live look in at the standings. If you're thinking about games to watch as well, I do want to mention LAFC versus Real Monarchs later on tonight. LAFC still scrapping for a top 8 spot, and for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC fans out there, got to keep an eye on that Real Monarchs team, because they're in 4th, Vancouver's in 5th. They will play on the final match day, so basically the formula for Vancouver is this: you stay within 3 points over the next 2 matches of Real Monarchs, and at the moment they're 2 points behind them in the standings. Then they're in good shape, because then all they have to do on the final day is get a win, and they will have that head-to-head ability to jump them by 3. But that will be a super high-pressure match, and there you see it. That game will be on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Make sure you got the subscription ready to go, and tune in for that one later. And then also very important is the fact that Vancouver, if they win this match, can actually clinch a playoff spot this weekend. It wouldn't be clinching a top 4, but it would be clinching a spot in the postseason for the 2nd straight year. They could do that with a win and a loss by North Texas, who play on Sunday at 4 p.m. on the road against Minnesota United FC2. So again, fill those in on your calendar if you're a Whitecaps FC fan trying to see what the playoff situation is looking like. Sporting Kansas City, long been eliminated from postseason contention, but they've still had an impact on the Western Conference playoffs. Ike Opara told me that after they got that shootout win against North Texas, which left the defending champions 1 point below the playoff line heading into the weekend, he received some congratulatory texts from coaches across the conference. He even was offered a bottle of wine for Sporting's services, taking down the defending champs on penalties. So if there's any doubt on whether they can play spoiler, just use that as a reference. Donovan finding Ortiz, clip to the back post. Djordjevic heads it over Alexandra. Nelson Pierre holding up. See how much Pierre has in his legs tonight. Been told that he will be heading over to play with the first team tomorrow night in Kansas City. So you may see him withdrawn early in this one, but 13 goals on the season, 3 assists, 5th in the Golden Boot race. And if you look at only non-penalty goals, he's tied for first in MLS Next Pro.
What was that, ref? It's gonna be a foul coming out. He's okay though. He's good.
Game becoming a bit more broken over the final 15 minutes of this first half. We get another look at the contact. Could be a nasty one. Watland back to his feet, but needs to get checked out here. No, hold him off to the side just for an extra moment to go through all the concussion checks and protocols. Here's a look at the stats so far. Mentioned a couple times the shot advantage for Sporting Kansas City. A lot of those coming in transition, but they have held more possession. For Vancouver, it's been a set-piece game, mounting up a number of corner kicks and putting pressure on that way. There's been some great chances for both sides, but a number of saves early on from Max Anchor in the Vancouver goal, which has been kind of the pattern of the season for Vancouver, no matter who's been back there, and they have used 4 goalkeepers this season. They average 4.6 saves per match, which is the most of any team in Next Pro, and also indicates that they give up a lot of shots. But they got good players between the sticks to keep them out. Gumbale cuts inside, past another. It was Velios able to take the sting off of the shot. Great intentions though from Gumbale. Gliding past one, and in the end, he worked himself into more trouble. Winding up with 2 white jerseys ahead of him after beating that first man.
Don't let 55 push you around.
Coupland has McKenzie on the overlap. Pelayo. Russo taking it back near half field. Castro turns and spots McKenzie again on the left. He's been floating into that outside channel, allowing Coupland to craft his way inside. And Russo has also taken up some central positions, coming forward from left back. It's been an interesting rotation over on that side. We listed Coupland as the winger coming into this one, and McKenzie more as a central player, an attacking midfielder, but he's a player who can kind of play anywhere. He was used as a forward and as a wingback and as a number 10 last season. He played as more of a defensive midfield against North Texas and did a stellar job in his return to the pitch for the first time since March. He makes his 2nd straight start here in a much more attacking position. You look back, and this is his 3rd appearance in Next Pro this season, those other 2 coming in March. His first game of the season, he recorded a goal and 2 assists. So that just shows you the impact that he can make. Captain of the Canadian under-18 national team as well. Cachuele able to win it back. He's got Pierre. Castro, head on a swivel. Djordjevic checks inside. Never got his hips around it. Ball slices wildly wide. Final 5 minutes of the half here. Molinaro doesn't want to risk playing out of the back. Talked to Vancouver head coach Ricardo Clark about how his team has gotten better at managing games, and part of that has been tightening things up at the beginning and the end of halves. They scored in the 40th minute the last time these two teams met. Remember that we should expect at least a couple of minutes of first half stoppage time. There's been a couple of long stoppages in the play. That was touched back off of the Sporting Kansas City forward. So another goal kick coming up, and we'll see if Vancouver takes the same decision as Sporting and sends this one long, or if they go with the play out of the back again with Anchor. Looks like they are setting it up. Can start it with Pelayo. And eventually Anchor does drop it long, looking for Cachuele. Wantland gets it back from Alexandre. He's got Gumbale striding through. It's off the backside of Velios. An opportunity with some numbers. Coupland going at Uteritz. Sent right back into the penalty spot, and you can't give it to Cachuele. 1 minute until the break, and Vancouver Whitecaps FC to take a lead on the road. That is Cachuele's 7th goal of the campaign. They've all come in the last 9 matches. And it is an absolute gift from Natty Clark. Coupland plays it across, but it wasn't dangerous until it was knocked back to the feet of Cachuele, and he made no mistake. Still time for a response before the break, though. We are expecting 2 minutes of first half stoppage time.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time in the first half. 2 minutes.
Very fitting of this game that there was a chance just before on the other end for Sporting Kansas City, with Wantland going through and trying to play it across to Gumbale. Just moments later, it's in the back of their own net. And that is what Vancouver do so well. 43% possession average, second lowest in the league. And yet they are the highest scoring team in the Western Conference. Another look at that contact. Uteritz going over the top of Coupland, who did not want the trainers to come on, but they did anyway, and so he will have to stand off on the far side to get checked out. Add a little bit more stoppage to our stoppage here in the first half. Coupland waved quickly back on. Cachuele, our goal scorer, just on the stroke of halftime, and Vancouver looking for another before the break. Played the minimum of 2. There was a goal right before the 45th minute and that brief injury stoppage. So there may be a couple more moments, but the time running out here in the first half. Vancouver don't appear to be in too much of a rush, though. Happy with their 1-0 lead. Castro, Georgievich, McKinsey trying to play it through the legs of the defender. And we have reached the halftime break. An untimely concession from Sporting Kansas City 2 saw Cachuele capture the lead. A 1-0 advantage for Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 on the road in a must-win game as they have eyes on a top 4 spot in the Western Conference playoffs. Our score at the half is Kansas City 0, Vancouver 1. Coming up, we look around the league from last week, plus highlight stats and a busy upcoming schedule. We'll be right back.
The youngest MLS debutant, Kevin Sullivan. Luna. Yes! That is a banger! Absolute scorcher! Spectacular save from Dane St. Clair.
Action!
I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. It's a jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
Two playoff-hungry squads collide in the battle of the independents. Chattanooga FC and Carolina Core FC. Will the boys in blue secure the season sweep? Or will the Foxes earn their first win of the series to catapult them into the playoffs? Find out on September 21st, live on MLSNextPro.com.
It's halftime in Kansas City, and we've got stories on playoff clinching, chasing down league records, and Next Pro alums playing in the League's Cup final. April Marie Aguilar traveled to the Big Apple to file this week's report. Played forward by Farnsworth. Curled Sandoval! Take a bow!
Diesel! An absolute rocket! It was helped along for Adams, who recovers it here. It's Adams! Oh, it's a firecracker!
Welcome back to the report. I'm April Marie Aguilar, coming to you from New York City, outside the iconic New York Stock Exchange. It's Charging Bull, the perfect backdrop to represent the power and drive of the New York Red Bulls too. From their rise in the standings to their young talent making waves, this team embodies both the grit and big dreams that define this city. The powerhouse New York Red Bulls 2, Union 2, and City 2 have all clinched a spot in the 2025 MLS NEXT Pro playoffs. St. Louis City 2 became the first team to clinch a spot in the playoffs following a 3-1 road victory over North Texas SC. On the eastern side, Red Bulls 2 and Union 2 punched their ticket to the playoffs, with the latter getting theirs less than 2 match weeks ago. We caught up with the Red Bulls 2 head coach Michael Bradley to get his thoughts on the upcoming postseason.
We've had a really good season up till now, and obviously with 4 games to go, we've qualified for the playoffs, but we want to make sure that we use these last 4 games to take every point possible. We want to make sure that we can give ourselves home field advantage for as long as possible in the playoffs. When the playoffs come, then we know that everything gets cranked up a few notches, and there's a little bit more at stake. There's a little bit less margin for error, but we're going to enjoy the part of testing our football in environments like that as well.
And with 4 games in hand, the Baby Bulls have a chance to smash the single-season team goals record, currently held by the 2023 Colorado Rapids 2 squad with 70 goals.
Stood out in their win against LAFC 2, especially on that first goal, had their fullback sprinting wide into the box. But here's Jääskeläinen, laid off to Kuzain! St. Louis, our city, red hot. Glover leaking in behind. He's free. Glover!
Perez tracks in the middle for McSorley. Ball's back to him, and he scores!
Loses the ball. Kidd wins it back. Mateo Kidd shuts the door. McSorley. Kidd. Perez!
Now from the high-powered teams in the East to the dominant offensive threats in the West, nothing says we mean business than the more than 8 straight matches won by St. Louis City 2 to break the consecutive wins record. Their dominant performance also on track to break the all-time single-season points record. 66 points is the mark that City 2 are chasing. They have been in fine form all season. They went on a run of 8 straight wins, starting with a 3-2 win against MNU FC2 on May 18th. The win streak was broken when they tied Ventura County FC on July 16th, but they gained an extra point in a shootout win. Interim head coach John Hackworth spoke to us about the team's run of form.
As a group that is unique, they hold themselves accountable. They're hard on each other, whether that's in training or games. Hopefully we have a really good push in the playoffs, being able to play in our beautiful stadium at Energizer Park and have our fans support us. That is, very special to all of us and something we're very proud of. So hopefully we can continue that.
St. Louis City 2 has been unstoppable as they continue to ride a 15-game unbeaten streak going back to May 11th when they lost to the Town FC. And following closely behind and almost as impressive was the Town FC's 7-game win streak and 10 matches unbeaten. This matches the previous record in each of the MLS Next Pro seasons dating back to the league's debut in 2022.
Step over towards the end line. Cuts it, goes down. Penalty! Brilliant by Georgie. Yellow card given. Takes a step forward. And rolls it in the back of the net. The Sounders go up 2-0. They celebrate together in the far corner here. And here comes Rothrock. Can you put icing on the cake? Here he goes. And the 18, yes, he can! Oh, the Sounders fans up on their feet! And his hometown hero, Paul Rothrock! And that's just about that. The Sounders will win the 2025 Leagues Cup. It just had to be.
The pathway is real. The 2025 Leagues Cup Final isn't just a battle between 2 MLS heavyweights. It's also a showcase for MLS Next Pro alumni making their mark on the biggest stage. Ozaze de Rosario and Paul Rothrock both sharpened their game in MLS Next Pro, and now they're suiting up in the Leagues Cup Final. For De Rosario, that means proving his offensive prowess translates against top competition. In Rothrock's case, it was a hometown hero delivering in a final against Inter Miami. It's stories like these that highlight exactly why MLS Next Pro exists, a league designed to develop, elevate, and prepare young talent for moments like this.
What's going through my mind right now, it's crazy. It's a dream come true. What you can say, I beat Messi in a final. It's a dream come true.
Ryan Schmetzer told us you have been the surprise of the season. He said you're wide-eyed at training, you're hungry. Where does that come from?
The love, the passion. I want to be a champion just like my dad, and I'm a champion.
Congratulations to the Seattle Sounders and all of the MLS Next Pro alumni for showing up and showing out at the 2025 Leagues Cup. But now we're heading into the most competitive part of the 2025 MLS Next Pro season. Here are the dates you won't want to miss.
The business end of the season is upon us. Both the Eastern and Western Conference playoff races are extremely tight this season, culminating in Decision Day on October 5th. The first round of the playoffs will begin on the weekend of October 15th, and it'll lead up to the date you won't want to miss, MLS Next Pro Cup on the weekend of November 7th. We can't wait to see what fireworks are in store.
Well, that does it for this edition of The Report. Be sure to tune into the next episode for the latest around MLS Next Pro. For now, I'm April Marie Aguilar, and we'll catch you guys next time. Adios.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro.
Action!
Two playoff-hungry squads collide in the Battle of the Independents. Chattanooga FC and Carolina Core FC. Will the boys in blue secure the season sweep? Or will the Foxes earn their first win of the series to catapult them into the playoffs? Find out on September 21st, live on MLSNextPro.com.
You just saw it in that last promo, but our Sunday will start off with Chattanooga hosting Carolina in a battle of independence as we look at our upcoming schedule here before the start of the second half. This is what it looks like for the rest of the weekend in MLS Next Pro and heading into a couple of midweek matches next week. So you got that Battle of the Independents kicking off Sunday after Crown Legacy and Atlanta United go at it on Saturday. And then I told you about the important matchup on Sunday to keep your eye on, especially for the Vancouver fans. North Texas at 4 o'clock Eastern time taking on Minnesota United FC2. That is an all-important game because if Vancouver hold on for the win here, then a North Texas loss would clinch a playoff spot for Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. Plenty to feast yourself on Sunday as match week 28 continues. We started things off on this Friday night with a fun first half between Sporting KC2 and Vancouver Whitecaps. Early on, a lot of pressure from the home side, and their shots just weren't enough trouble for Max Anchor in the Vancouver net. So close to connecting at the back post with Alexandre, and another long shot coming in from Maybe. Wouldn't be his last of the half. Cachuele is, of course, the danger man. He's been in incredible form lately for Vancouver. And here is that other attempt from Maybe. He will have wanted to do better with those couple of opportunities. but Vancouver able to work some nice stuff of their own. Chance taken by McKenzie, but blocked well by the Sporting back line. And if you can't tell from these highlights, it was a back and forth affair in the first 45. Just chances flying in both directions. Gumbale rather had a great look here as he came outside to inside. And eventually we found ourselves with the only goal of the half. A poor clearance straight to Cachuele, and he dispatched it with quality into the top corner. That was in the 44th minute to snatch the lead just before the halftime break. And we do have a halftime sub to report. You can see Johnny Selamani just walking towards the camera at the bottom side of your picture. He's walking off the pitch, but he will join us for the second half. He's going to replace Nelson Pierre, the leading goal scorer for Vancouver, who I told you in the first half, he's got business to attend to with the first team tomorrow night as Sporting Kansas City hosts third-placed Vancouver at 7:30 local time in MLS action. So Pierre, the first-team player, comes off, and Selamani makes his way in. The 17-year-old Canadian Youth International who still holds the mark as the youngest MLS debutante for Whitecaps FC at just 16 years old. Swope Soccer Village is the site of the second half as we prepare. Sporting Kansas City coming in with a little two-game unbeaten run. Something that they've only accomplished one other time this season. And it came with a turnaround win in the second half against Vancouver. So do keep that in mind. The last time they played up at Burnaby in Swangard Stadium, Vancouver had a 2-0 halftime lead. Sporting Kansas City fired 3 past them in the second half to pick up what is still just one of their 3 wins all year. So you can never count this Sporting side out. They've shown improved resiliency under Ike Opara, notching that win against Real Monarchs right here by a 2-1 scoreline as the second 45 begins. My name is Parker Johnson. So glad that you're sticking around with us or tapped in late after you got home on this Friday evening. It is a beautiful, picturesque scene at Swope Soccer Village. It was 80 degrees at kickoff, just a touch cooler now as nighttime approaches. This early fall evening kickoff. Again, confirmation that Pierre off for Selamani at halftime, a switch in attack for Vancouver. And what I'm noticing at the moment is that our first half goal scorer, Cachuele, is playing through the middle where Pierre was in the first half, and it looks like Selamani has come on the wing. Cachuele very capable of playing both positions. And Ricardo Clark told me that he likes what he's seen from him as the outside player, but he's running through the middle now. A timely intervention from Jacob Molinaro. It looks like Cachuele was gonna get there. Nice ball, played over the top. That's how quickly Vancouver can hurt you. And another little tweak that comes off of that halftime sub is that since Selamani came on the left wing, that switches Coupland over to the right. So we saw in the first half that Coupland interchanged quite a bit with McKenzie on the left, and he found himself going to the end line to supply Cachuele's goal. Well, the left-footed Coupland you may see coming inside to look for a left-footed shot more often in the second half. It was Castro who had that last long ball over the top for Cachuele. And this is a poor pass out. Selamani gets past his first defender, but unable to latch on the other side. Sporting Kansas City almost coughing another one up to the Whitecaps. Actually saw Vancouver do that exact same thing playing out in the first half as well, but unable to capitalize. And will Vancouver rue that lack of execution on the turnover? Tossed in by Donovan, held up by Gumbale. Ortiz looking for a shot. It's maybe, and it squeaks in. Maybe with his second goal in 3 matches. He scored in 2 home games in a row, and the fans will know his name. 1-1, just 3 minutes into the second half. Give credit to Gumbale for the hold-up play. Nobody steps out to maybe. It may have taken a touch on the way through. Anchor was not able to stop it. Maybe after having a couple of opportunities from the edge of the box in the first half, tucks that one home for his second goal of the season. Started 6 straight games in the middle alongside Cello Tosantre. It's been one of those real positives since Aiko Para took over. Here comes Sporting again. Shane Donovan pushes it out wide to Watland. Couldn't keep it low enough. Sensing a momentum swing in the opening phase of the second half. And it's almost like it was a direct response to that near giveaway at the back, where Sporting Kansas City were playing with fire and they got away with it, and it seems like that woke them up a little bit in the start of this second period. Cachuele tending to his shoulder after that tough collision, maybe somewhere else on his left arm. Maybe putting us on level terms. 48th minute. Goals very close on either side of halftime. I told you around the 40-minute mark just how important those periods on either side, the start and end of each half. Teams losing focus as they've done again here. Alexandra has Ortiz. And the offside flag spared his blushes. It's one back by Tosantre to set up the opportunity. And I think Alexandra was the man who was actually offside there, because it was certainly onside when he played it across to Ortiz. A yellow card given here to Yumatsuji, the starting central midfielder. See what happens. It's a very light drag back, but maybe immediately turning back to the referee and asking for that decision. There were a couple similar that were let go in the first half, but it did match the yellow card given to Velios early on in the match. So worth keeping an eye on there with Tsuji. They do have Carson Rossack on the bench. a like-for-like potential replacement should they decide to withdraw the man on the yellow. Getting to that phase where Ricardo Clark and Iko Para will be starting to consider their options. I'll say it again, there is really no room for error for Vancouver should they hope to claim a top 4 spot in a home playoff match. It is very much within their grasp to eclipse Real Monarchs. Their last 2 matches are against the Monarchs and an away match against the Town FC in a midweek match. A team that has not lost at home all season in the Town. So you really can't count on a result out of that one, no matter how well Vancouver have been playing recently, and they did beat the Town in their last match. That may in fact make things harder the next time around. So it is of utmost importance that they get a full 3 points against Sporting Kansas City here. And Real Monarchs, the other team vying for that 4th spot, they play at 10 o'clock. So keep an eye on MLS Season Pass for that one after this match concludes. For now, Vancouver just trying to do their job against a revitalized Sporting team that has gotten level in the early stages of the second half. Saw that foul from behind again. Gumbale, a little bit of room to run. He had Alexandra and left it short, but the sliding challenge gives it right back to SKC. To Santret caught up on it. McKenzie recovers. Looking for the switch with Tsuji. Maybe the man who wins it back. To Santret, caught on it again, and this time a foul through the back from McKenzie. To Santret able to sense him coming the second time around and sort of gets his body in position to draw the contacts. This portion of the match is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of Sporting Kansas City. On the turn, Ortiz. It hits the back of the defender. Little extra from Johnny Selemani, the halftime substitute. As the barrier hits the ground, and outside of our picture, can't see exactly how that went for Shane Donovan, but he appears to be all right. Hopefully he did a little bit better than the pole there. Natty Clark told to calm it down by both Maybe and his coach on the sideline. Luro with a deft chip forward. Now Hal Uteritz combining. Watland on the switch of play from Santret, forced him a little bit wide. It's taken over by Djordjevic, who was able to capitalize on the space vacated by Watland, and he gives it right back to Maybe. Our second half goal scorer. Here comes Gumbale. Pass one, poked over. Who is there? It's Shane Donovan eventually arriving as the game remains stretched. Lining another one up. That was to Santret, sliding as he shot. And that will be a save for Max Anchor. Add another to his tally, and they've already matched that season average of about 4.6 goalkeeper saves. This one required on the shot from Santret. Very strong right wrist. They've put 8 shots on target already. Vancouver, team that tends to face some of the most shots of any team in the West. And for as much as they score, they also concede a lot of goals. 46 in 25 matches this season, just short of 2 a game. Would be a lot more if not for their goalkeepers. Anchor has really done well for them. A shot in the end. That was close out of nowhere. Striking the crossbar on what appeared to be a cross, and then the ball had other intentions. Djordjevic cutting in, striking, and Djordjevic on the deflection makes it 2-1 Vancouver. He was able to walk his way all the way into the box. It took one chop to eliminate maybe, and then it goes off of Lureau, or rather Uteritz. No chance for Molinaro in net to stop the shot from Djordjevic. Goes down as his 2nd goal of the season. Maybe listed as a defender, but one of the most prolific attacking players for Vancouver. Now with his 6th goal contribution of the campaign. Goal for each side in the 2nd half, as Vancouver able to reclaim the lead. And Iko Para readying some changes down on the sideline as our game enters its next phase. Coupland looking for more. Cachuele couldn't find it. McKenzie eventually does. Lureau dribbling away. Donovan covering the right back position, has Lureau ahead of him. He wants to take it quickly, but now Sporting can get their subs in. You can see Iko Para wants to switch a few things up here. He's talking to Shane Donovan, as we will see the entry of Anthony Samways on for Wantlands. That is a like-for-like switch in terms of the wing-back position. And then Quintero on for Uteritz, who will swap in at center back. It was double post even, as we look again at the chance created by Vancouver that caught everyone by surprise. A little bit of a drag back there, and then some afters from Selemani. Anthony Samways straight into the action. I think he's going to go straight into the book for that first tug back. And Selemani able to get away with his reaction, having been the man first fouled. So first, it's the tug of the jersey that you see, and then Selemani in frustration bringing him down. And the complaints there from Sporting Kansas City are that he was not penalized or even really talked to about his reaction. And it's only Samways in the end who goes in the book. So just rounding up that last sub from Iko Para as well. Samways comes on at the right wingback position. I said it was like for like with Donovan, wingback for wingback, but Donovan will slide over to the left side. switching flanks. McKenzie has Coupland chested down to Cachuele. Castro finds it! Off the backside of Natty Clark. Suji rides one challenge, trying to interplay with McKenzie. Vancouver looking the better of the two teams over recent minutes. And a loose challenge comes in. I think it's Quintero setting up a free kick from about 20 yards away, right at the edge of the area. It is Quintero here, stabbing in. Completely missed the ball. He didn't make a ton of contact with Cachuele, but did interfere with his ability to continue the dribble. Castro and Daniel Russo considering this free kick. You can imagine it will be Castro's. This favors a right footer. A four-man wall with an extra either side in light blue for Sporting Kansas City. Jacob Molinaro stands in net. All players have to stand at least 1 yard away from the wall. That's what they're battling for here, that extra positioning. Trying to screen the goalkeeper. Jackson Castro! Off the top of the net. Let's get another look. He went for placement more so than power. Got good curl on it, but couldn't dip it in time. Cachuele intercepting. Sporting Kansas City played themselves into trouble, but they'll get away with a goal kick. And this portion of the match is presented by Price Chopper, the official grocer partner of Sporting Kansas City. It's another reclaim in the attacking third from the away side. Djordjevic hooks in across, headed by Quintero. They've still got work to do with Samways. Remember, this is a Sporting Kansas City backline playing without its captain for the majority of the season, Mark O'Neill. Or rather, that's Vancouver. Taken over by Coupland. Will he shoot himself? Passes off to McKenzie. Cello Toussaint able to recover just in time. Sporting Kansas City playing with fire. The number of giveaways in the defensive third. The game calling for a bit of calm. Quintero and Toussaint trying to slow it down now. Natty Clark. McKenzie at the controls. Pushes it to the right. Coupland. It's a solid strike, but right into the hands of Molinaro. He maybe did well to block off the window that Coupland was looking for. try to curl it into the far post. He had to settle for a near post shot, and easy pickings for the Sporting Kansas City goalkeeper. Vancouver seeming to sense that if they just give Sporting Kansas City the opportunity, they've been making mistakes in possession, and it's giving Vancouver opportunities to hit on the break. Got this 2-1 lead now. And they can just sit back and load the springs for the counter. Gumbale played through, hits through the defender in Pelayo, who did enough to steer it away from goal. Gumbale, such a smooth runner in behind, made himself an easy target forward to Santret on the through ball. Djordjevic doing very well to keep Alexandre off him. Tsuji. Captain on the night, Castro. As always, pulling the strings from midfields. And now it's back to Tsuji. Coupland whistled for the foul. He's been eager in his defending for the entirety of the 70 minutes that we've played here at Swope Soccer Village. Again, unforced error. That time it was Lureau trying to play a fancy pass out that he just didn't need to. Mike Opara said that he's given the Frenchman a lot more responsibility since he's taken over as interim manager. He's played him in the middle of that back three, which requires a lot of the passes out of the back, and said he's passed with flying colors in terms of those responsibilities on the ball. Said it does come with some mistakes. That's part of what it means to touch the ball so many times throughout the course of a match. This portion of the match presented by Central Bank, the official checking account partner of Sporting Kansas City and the official jersey front partner of SKC2. Two goals deposited by Vancouver. Sporting looking for a second. It was Cachuele and Djordjevic. Either side of halftime, and before Djordjevic's second, Sporting Kansas City did get level with Blaine Maybe. So we will see another switch for Ike Opara going to the bench for the second time, and pulling up Carter Dirksen, the 18-year-old academy player, a local lad who got his debut goal as a professional against Minnesota United this year. Put 2 shots on goal against North Texas in a start as they rotated through some players for that last road match where they came out with a shootout win. He's back in the action, and Cachuele may have been offside as he tried to break through. Kyle Quintero. Iko Parra has seen enough of the chip passes from Luro. Coupland cuts inside. At some point, Vancouver have to start thinking that they must get a third with the amount of turnovers that Sporting Kansas City have given right to them. Because as long as it remains a one-goal game, Gumbale will be a constant thorn in their side. He finds to Santret. Blaine maybe. Now it's Donovan trying to increase the tempo with a run. Here comes Djordjevic, scorer of the second. Looking for the run from Cachuele. Now his teammates arriving. Still Djordjevic on the ball. A long busting run that ends at the feet here of McKenzie. Coupland with a chance to just slow it down a little bit for Vancouver. Then spins, takes on Dirksen. Coupland has had a phenomenal match. They're claiming Gumbale touched that with his hand. Suji had to be careful there on a yellow card. He slows up Gumbale. Samways joining on the right. Sporting Kansas City just didn't quite have the numbers. Didn't have enough gas left in the tank in transition. Donovan afforded space on the left. Dirksen combining, sees the run from Gumbale. Back post, Samways there as well. Russo taking no chances to set up this corner kick opportunity for the home side. They were able to score from this side in the 93rd minute to secure a win against Real Monarchs on a ball that fell out to Anthony Samways at the edge of the box and resulted in the goal of the match week in MLS Next Pro. With 15 minutes to go here, they seek an equalizer, trying to keep their unbeaten run alive under Iko Parra. Stretch it to 3 games against 5th-placed Vancouver. Played in at the near post, maybe with the fadeaway header. Switch coming up here for Ricardo Clark as Liam McKenzie will depart in his second start back from injury. He's replaced by Sahil Deo. McKenzie have been playing in central midfield. Deo pretty much always a left back. So Ricardo Clark shifting some pieces around his tactical board. We'll keep an eye on that. Suji gives it once again to Coupland, who has put his footprints all over this match in attack and in defense. In transition both ways, he's been excellent. Hasn't had the final touches, but did craft up the ball across for Cachuele's first half goal. Velios into the feet of Tsuji. Around the corner for Castro. Strikes it low. In some ways, maybe hoping for a rebound or a deflection at the back post. One of those balls played across that if somebody's running in, they can kind of get in the way or maybe latch onto any spillage from the goalkeeper. Who wants the ball for Sporting Kansas City? That is the question they're trying to answer in possession at the moment. Dirksen has come on as the nominal number 10. Ortiz is in there as well. They played with those dual 10s against North Texas in the first half. It was Dirksen, Brian Ariano on that occasion. Here is Dirksen picking it up, looking for the ball through. Knocked back by Ortiz. Dirksen again! That's better, though, from Sporting. Dirksen trying to influence this match. Final 12 minutes of play. Vancouver trying to extend its win streak to 5. Hitting form at just the right time this season. They need that form to continue, tired legs or not. 3 away matches to close out the 2025 campaign and try to secure that top 4 position in the West. This is the first of those 3. Then they'll get 10 days off, 12 days off even, before their next match. Anchor. He will feel perhaps that he could have done better on Blaine Maybe's goal in the second half. Selemani tugged back. Foul awarded actually against Selemani, as we see Brian Ariano enter. He replaces Johan Ortiz, attacking midfielder for attacking midfielder. Ariano with 1 goal and 1 assist as a sub in 11 appearances off the bench. He's a game changer. He's done it before and called upon with 10 minutes to play in the second half. It's where you may see the benefit of some of that rotation that Opara went for against North Texas, because this attacking unit of Gumbale with Ariano and Dirksen playing just underneath him as dual 10s has spent a lot of time together on the pitch, and they all started the last match together. There's an awkward slide in at the end of that play, taking down Cachuele, the edge of the cement, and Leroux giving away an unnecessary free kick. Seemed pretty accidental, all things considered. And whether that was going to be a corner or a free kick doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Coupland can swing it in with his left, try to put some threat on Molinero's goal as Vancouver seek an insurance goal. Do they ever need it? With a chance to secure a playoff spot this weekend, a win and a North Texas loss. Trying to do their part here. Back post, nobody there for either team. After a bounce, it's Djordjevic. Coupland, first time. Rolled out to Samways. He's got fresh legs in the second half. Met likewise by Selemani. Cello to Santret. Can't find an option ahead of him. Iko Para stressed to his central midfielder that he wanted to see in the final games of the season him playing more forward passes, not settling for the safe option. In his defense, he didn't have a lot to work with there, but Sporting Kansas City looking to crack the codes. That ball won't do it, as Anchor can lead off a couple more seconds before falling on it. Sporting Kansas City trying to organize the press. They've got to find some life here. A bit of miscommunication, forces in a challenge from Luro. Copeland did enough to get it out to Cachuele, and that was plenty to give his side the ball back. Castro theatrically drawing the foul, making sure the referee saw the contact. And this is just all going to script at the moment in these final stages for Vancouver. Able to sit off with the 1-goal lead. Just wait for that Kansas City mistake. A team that has had far too many of them this season. Fewer under Iko Para, sure. Still a young team trying to shake out some of those bad habits as they close out the season. Sahil Deo playing with his Canadian under-17 teammate in Yuma Tsuji. They head off to the under-17 World Cup in Qatar later this year. And will they be heading there off of a playoff run? It's looking that way for Vancouver. Maybe scored his second of the season to equalize just after halftime. Seen very little from Sporting Kansas City since that. Djordjevic scored in the 59th, and the Whitecaps have been in control. Sporting Kansas City push on. Played wide for Samways, looking to combine with Ariano. Russo more than strong enough to see that one over the end line. It just looks a little bit like men against boys at the moment. So much talent for Vancouver Whitecaps. Despite missing the likes of Mark O'Neill and Ryan Alumi, who have earned contracts with the first team. They have the pieces coming together with some consistency to shape up for a playoff run, especially if they can get that first game at home. Santret knocks it through to Clark, who can take some more risks here coming forward from the outside center back position. Santret now switches the play into the middle for Dirksen. Pass asked a lot out of him. Quintero to Santret, maybe. Wide for Clark, sends it across. Dirksen scores! More late magic for Sporting Kansas City at home. Iko Para's group just will not quit. It's Natty Clark taking a risk and providing the ball in for the second half substitute, Carter Dirksen, with just his second professional goal at 18 years old. On comes Carson Rossack for the final 3 minutes and change for Vancouver. He replaces Yuma Tsuji. And they need to add a bit of impetus. Whitecaps FC2 looks so comfortable in the lead for most of this second half. And now they're facing the distasteful reality of losing to last place Sporting Kansas City, or rather drawing at the moment, but it will feel that way because they really need the full 3 points here. That much was clear heading into the match. Away fixtures against Town FC and Real Monarchs remaining in the final week. A chance to clinch a playoff spot this weekend if they take care of business here. They've left themselves with some work to do now. Or will we be headed to a shootout? To Santret, looking for more. Ariano goes down. All ball from Sahil Deo. As Whitecaps come the other way. Castro's free on the far side. Selemani sending it across, and Castro does not have the legs. Apologetic for Selemani. Sporting Kansas City do not want to see this go to penalties. They want all 3 points in front of the home fans. Trying to play spoiler, as they did against Real Monarchs 2 matches ago here at Swope Soccer Village. As they did on the road at North Texas, claiming a shootout win against the defending champs. Will Whitecaps be next? Can't imagine there will be a ton of stoppage time. Based on how this second half has gone, we're hearing 3 added minutes. But here's Cachuele. 2 defenders retreating. Cachuele back to his feet, finds Selemani. He scored the opening goal of the match back in the 44th minute, just before the halftime break. And Vancouver have thrown 2 leads away, just like they did the first time against Sporting Kansas City when they were up 2-0 and ended up losing 3-2. Trying to avoid the same fate late on. They can push for a winner with Castro. Djordjevic wasn't prepared to make the run. He does his best to keep it in play, but eventually whistled for the foul. We'll see how quickly Sporting want to get this ball back in. Match hanging on a knife's edge. Contact from Cachuele. Quintero asking for a bit more help from his teammates. That ball was moving as they tried to take the free kick. Samways. A lot of pressure from Vancouver, trying to tease them into a short pass, and eventually they do. It goes to Lureau, flipping it forward for Dirksen, who had the late equalizer. He's got Ariano to his right. Brian Ariano steering it towards the middle. Blaine Mabey defended well by Rossack. Final minute of second half stoppage time. Samway's caught on the ball. Deo collapsing on him. LaRose in a tight spot. Spins it back to Molinaro. Samways forward to nobody. Mariano out there to track it down. It's a little bit of a loose touch from Anchor, but he was under control as he looks for Cachuele long. And the Vancouver forward whistled for the foul here. Sporting Kansas City looked eager to take it and try to get one last chance at a late winner. They did it here against Real Monarchs in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. And down goes Samways. This will be the last chance. Against the Monarchs, it was a corner from the right side. Here it's a free kick, much further out. But equally a chance to steal it at the death. Vancouver really needed all 3 points here, but the last thing they can afford is a loss. Ariano, it's a good ball in, draws out the header, and this match is taken to a close. We will head to penalty kicks. 2-2 at the end of regulation. As Sporting Kansas City 2 able to find a late equalizer and send this thing to spot kicks. We'll step aside for just a moment, and when we come back, the penalty kick shootout with an extra point on the line.
Hey, way to come back. So.
Action.
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
So that's what it looks like. An extra point on the line in this shootout win. And every point means so much at this stage of the season with just 2 matches remaining after this. And especially for Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2, this will feel like some missed opportunities. We look back at our full-time highlights. Vancouver got this started with a fortunate goal to Cyprian Cachuele, his 7th of the season, continuing his fine form. That was a minute before halftime, and then 3 minutes after the break, Sporting Kansas City getting on level terms and erasing that deficit with a goal from Blaine Maybe. That was very difficult for Anchor to see as it came through, and then Djordjevic would go on to give them the lead on a similarly deflected shot. It found the far corner, and they took a 2-1 lead, which they held on to for most of this match, but some late heroics from Sporting at home. Carter Dirksen coming into the match as a second half sub. Once again, Anchor getting a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. And it was 2-2 heading into the shootout. Sporting Kansas City went to a shootout in their last match against North Texas on the road and came away with a win. They have a 2-3 record in shootouts this season. Vancouver Whitecaps have gone to 4 penalty shootouts this season. They've won 3 of them. And outstanding goalkeeper play has been a big part of their success this year. Today it's Max Anchor in net, one of their first teamers. And he matches up with Maybe. who scored his first of 2 goals this season from the spot. Scored his second tonight in regulation. He stutters, he shoots, and he scores to give Kansas City an early advantage. Entering the match, Whitecaps FC was 2 points behind Real Monarchs for the 4th position in the West. So they can at least go level with them if they're able to find a shootout win. We'll try to start things off with Jackson Castro. Tonight, the captain. So reliable all year, and he does it again from the spot. 2 faultless penalties from 2 reliable center mids. And we stand level after 1 round in the penalty shootout. Up steps Shane Donovan, the 18-year-old. Hasn't scored a goal in regulation this season. To take the second for KC, and it's saved by Anchor. Down to his right. Donovan left it at a savable height. Anchor guesses the right way and has to hold up his trailing hand in order to block it. That sets up Russo for a chance to give his team the lead in the shootout. Former Notre Dame man. Left-footed shot, just past the fingertips of Molinaro. He goes the right way, but the perfect placement, too much from Russo. A high precision penalty as Vancouver takes the advantage in the shootout. Samway saved. Sporting Kansas City denied twice in a row by Max Anchor, who's got a big smile on his face. That is an outstanding stop from the 21-year-old goalkeeper. The first one was more a case of almost diving past the ball. That time, he had to stretch every fiber just to reach it. Sends it off the post, and now Cachuele can give the Whitecaps a significant advantage in the 3rd round of penalties. The Tanzanian talisman finding the top corner, just like he did in the 44th minute. Same spot, same result. Coolly done as he lulls Molinaro to sleep. No room for error now. Dirksen simply has to convert. He strikes right down Main Street and keeps Sporting alive for the moment. But now Vancouver with a chance to win it in the 4th penalty. Dirksen waiting for Anchor to try to be the hero. And just puts it in the spot that he vacated. So Adrian Pelayo will have the opportunity here. The 19-year-old center half to give them the shootout win. And Vancouver pick up the extra point on the road. For now, they pull level with Real Monarchs on 42 points in the Western Conference standings. Now 4-1 in shootouts this year. Unstoppable from Pelayo.
is set for noon, and tickets are available online at...
As this thing finishes with 2 points for Vancouver, 1 for Sporting Kansas City. But was that enough from the home side to maybe put a dent in Whitecaps' hopes for a top 4 spot in the playoffs? Sporting Kansas City have been a roadblock for a lot of teams down this stretch, and they're able to get the late equalizer in regulation to deny Whitecaps all 3 points. 2 more games remaining for Sporting KC. They host Ventura County in their final home match next Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Then on the road to Minnesota United in decision day. Our man of the match, it's gotta be Max Anchor in goal. 2 saves in the penalty shootout. What a performance. And by the way, 7 saves in regulation as well. But these 2 giving Vancouver the extra points as Max Anchor back from his loan, proving the difference maker tonight. He is our man of the match in a game that finishes 2-2 from Swope Soccer Village. For our entire MLS Next Pro crew, I'm Parker Johnson saying good night. And don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Have a great night and a great rest of the weekend, everybody.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.